Good evening and welcome to continuing coverage of the 2021 WPIAL Girls Soccer season here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. As tonight from Greater Latrobe High School and Rossi Field, we bring to you a Class 4A Section 3 battle between the host Greater Latrobe Wildcats, the visiting Taylor Allderdice Dragons. Sean Myers joined by Roger Downs here on the call. And Roger, Greater Latrobe could not have asked for much better of a start to this 2021 campaign. The Wildcats have been nearly perfect with a record of 8-0-1, including 5-0-1 in section play. On the other side, Taylor Allderdice enters with a record of 6-6-0, 2-4-0 in section play. This marks the second meeting of the season between these squads. Greater Latrobe certainly in position to accomplish a historic feat, or maybe a few historic feats this year, and they'll look to continue it here tonight.
Sean, this Lady Wildcat soccer roster, this team, this program is on the upswing, led by head coach Jamie Morrison. Her comments after defeating Norwin 1-0 last week, she and the girls all said, "We are the real deal." And you know what? Everything they have done to this point, and there you see the Section 3 4A standings on your screen, they are true believers and making believers out of the rest of this conference.
Greater Latrobe wearing the black kits tonight, whereas Allderdice clad in the road whites. The Wildcats riding high, most recently a 1-0 victory at Norwin. That was the second win of the season against the Knights, a team that perennially has been among the very best in the WPIAL, and Greater Latrobe certainly looks the part of one of the best this year. As just underway, back to the keeper for Greater Latrobe. That's Sophia DeSerb. She has been absolutely outstanding. Was injured for a lot of last year, Roger, as the Wildcats made the playoffs but saw their season end a bit prematurely for their liking. They lost 6-1 in the first round of the playoffs against Upper St. Clair, but they are a much different team here, and it's really an infusion of youth that has been the biggest difference.
Absolutely, Sean. Only 2 seniors in the starting lineup, only 6 on the entire squad. So this Wildcat girls soccer team well poised for this year and beyond.
A throw in for the Cats, courtesy of Martina Chiffre. Greater Latrobe has a pretty good distribution between freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors in their lineup, both overall and tonight in the starting unit. On the other side, the Allderdice Dragons. They've been a relatively solid team. They played well against Greater Latrobe in the previous meeting. It was a 3-1 victory in favor of the Wildcats, as Anisha Willis, an all-section performer a year ago, dishes off. Long ball in. This one's not going to make it quite to the net, but it's ultimately played out, and that will lead to a corner upcoming.
Yeah, nice heads-up play by number 20, Ava Lorenzi, the sophomore.
So an opportunity here for the Dragons in the early going, set to take that corner.
Corner taken by Dugan.
It is Elizabeth Dugan, one of 2 daughters of the head coach on the roster for the Dragons. That head coach is Jeremiah Dugan in his 6th season guiding this program. 6th year on the other side for Jamie Morrison leading the Wildcats. 2 40-minute halves here at the high school level.
Yeah, early going here, just almost 3 minutes of play. Each team starting to feel the other out.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups here tonight. First for the visiting Taylor Allderdice Dragons as they battle at midfield. Their starting lineup consists of number 3, Journey Finney, a senior. She is joined by number 8, freshman Gwen Berardini, number 8, as I mentioned. Fraukia Schlingemann, number 9, a senior in the starting lineup, one of the key players for this Dragons team. She's joined by the sophomore Anisha Willis, number 10. I mentioned his second team opportunity so far for Greater Latrobe came courtesy of Robin Riley, the outstanding freshman. The remaining starters, Ella Shorkey, number 56, a junior. Number 99, Sarah Dugan, also a junior. And then a keeper, number 98, Jillian Blake, who is a record-setting performer in net for the Dragons. And she's now set for the goal kick. Sends it out. Blake with 10 shutouts in her career. That set the record for Allderdice since the team has been competing in the WPIAL, which goes back to 2012. Previously competed in the Pittsburgh City League prior to that. And on the other side, the starters for Greater Latrobe under the guidance of Jamie Morrison, as we'll wait as GL has an opportunity here. Centering feed, ricochets around, and the Wildcats unable to control. As it comes out the near side, it'll yield a throw-in. Starters for the Wildcats, number 1, Reagan Riley, a sophomore. She is joined in the starting lineup by freshman number 7, Maddie Petruzzi. Number 10, Robin Riley, is a freshman, as the Dragons having a hard time clearing their zone. Sophomore number 11, Ella Bulova. McKenna Malone, number 12, a junior. Morgan Riley, number 16, a senior. One of 3 Riley sisters who are key contributors on this squad. Speaking of which, there's one as that's sent across by Robin Riley, and it comes out the far side where it's kept in by Ella Bulova.
Yeah, looking for Reagan Riley.
She sent that one towards the net, but the save is made. Ava Yurko, number 17, a freshman, also in the starting lineup, as is number 19, a senior, Martina Chiffre. Number 20, Ava Lorenzi, a sophomore. 22, Chloe Boyette, a junior. And the keeper, number 21, Sophia DeSerb, a junior.
Yeah, she's a good one, Sean. Keep an eye on her.
Yeah, her college interest is significant already, as she has garnered the attention of Hofstra, William & Mary, Cincinnati, UNC Wilmington, Fairleigh Dickinson as well. And that interest will continue to grow if she keeps playing at this high level. 4 shutouts on the campaign for the keeper DeSerb, including last time out in the win against Norwin.
Yeah, as this group continues to play well and grow this year and beyond, the underclassmen will be receiving a lot of looks because they are a talented bunch as well, looking to maybe further their academic and athletic careers.
Here's a run-out opportunity for Shorkey, and it goes across the line. Who's it off of? It will be a corner for the Dragons. So the second corner upcoming for Allderdice. Dan Flickinger, our producer, also manning the camera so far here tonight. Roger, multi-talented.
Well, Sean, we all must do what we must do. As they say, the show must go on.
Corner kick from Dugan. This one bending towards the net. Getting a hand on it to serve, and then the Wildcats clear it high into the air. Headed by Nice.
Saved by the serve.
A nice play there at midfield, courtesy of Amelia Dick. Pass broken up, however, for the Dragons. That allows the Wildcats to get it out and now try to enter the attacking third. And the pursuit is Petruzzi. As a freshman, she has 2 goals and 3 assists. You know, this freshman group, Roger, very talented. As a feed there into the open and a goal as Greater Latrobe strikes. And that's the sophomore Reagan Riley, who nets her 8th of the season.
Number 1, Reagan Riley.
Let's see if we have a replay on that, Sean. Here we go. Reagan Riley on the attack.
No chance there for the keeper, Blake. So it does not take long for Greater Latrobe, just over 7 minutes in.
That would be the 27th goal this year, scored by the Lady Wildcats, only permitting 6.
Yeah, that's certainly getting it done. Allderdice has a good scoring margin in its favor as well, 42-19 in favor of the Dragons, although you can add one more in the goals allowed column, as Malone tries to play that forward. So the opening marker, courtesy of Reagan Riley, comes in the 8th minute.
The Wildcats will remain on the attack.
Chiffre to throw in. And that one ricochets out, last off of Greater Latrobe.
We thank you for tuning in to tonight's broadcast of girls high school soccer on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
This one played to the midfield, nearly overrun, and now a collision as players go down each way. The Dragons send it forward, but the only player back is Greater Latrobe's Yurko, and she'll play it back to the keeper. I'm talking to Jamie Morrison. She said it was a physical match last time out, and they would really like to try to turn it into a skill game where they can possess and be opportunistic. We've already seen one opportunity, and so far the Wildcats have cashed in.
Yeah, that first meeting.
Look at another chance here, but this time it's the keeper, Blake, who's able to get to it before Reagan Riley.
Was won 3-1 by the Wildcats.
Yeah, Reagan Riley, Robin Riley each had a goal and an assist in that victory. Petruzzi had the other marker, and the other assist went to Malone. On the far side, Wildcats again get the possession.
Right now, the young ladies clad in black trying to execute the game plan that Coach Morrison talked about in the pregame.
Well, on the other side, Jeremiah Dugan noted that he wanted to limit the transition opportunities for Greater Latrobe, and they have to be very aware in the midfield. Throw in for Allderdice, and that one goes out off of Greater Latrobe's Morgan Riley. Now opportunity for the Dragons in the box. As Sharif sends it across, it's settled down, turning shot and a goal.
Journey.
So Journey Finney gets the Dragons on the board. And we have 2 goals just over 10 minutes in.
Yeah. The assist to Michaela Sharif. Here's the replay. Sharif, good effort there, sticking with it. We're going to get the centering pass coming right across.
And Finney unmarked initially and then gets the shot off before the closeout by Boyette.
Yeah, just inside that upright.
So how about that response for the Dragons here on the road?
Yeah, that's important.
And we're back square. It's 1-1. And what looks to be destined maybe for a high-scoring affair.
Assisting on that goal was number 31, Michaela Sharif. See what?
So it's 1-1. Reagan Riley striking for Greater Latrobe, and then the quick response by Journey Finney.
Robin Riley unable to feather that pass inside. Pretty decent defense there from the Dragons.
That's the team-leading 8th goal of the season now for Finney, a senior. She was tied coming into this one with Willis. Anisha Willis had 7 goals and still does, as a foul there, a little too aggressive by the goal scorer Finney. So it leads to a free kick opportunity for the Cats. At the midfield, overrun momentarily by Morgan Riley. We're at one of the 3 captains for this team, as that's high in the air. Nearing 12 minutes into this one, 1-1 between Greater Latrobe and Allderdice. And Roger, you mentioned that the Wildcats really just don't give up goals so far this year.
No, they have not. Only now 7.
The through ball by Petruzzi to no avail, but taken away by Greater Latrobe. Well, it seems like the Cats have been a little quicker to get to some of those loose balls at midfield.
Careful here with Bulova, number 11.
Yeah, an all-section performer from a year ago, and she's having a great campaign here in 2021 as well. 6 goals, 4 assists entering play.
And she is only a sophomore.
Well, the Dragons again come in. However, that one swept away from Sharif. Michaela Sharif had the assist on the first goal for Allderdice, the freshman. And you see so much youth between these teams, Roger. And I think Allderdice hoping that where they're at this year is maybe where Greater Latrobe was last year, right? You take a step forward, even though maybe not ready to compete with some of the heavyweights, but then you see the fruits of that young talent pay off here in 2021.
Yeah, you see where you are, and you can see by example where the Wildcats are this year as to where you want to go. And I'm sure Coach Dugan will be stressing that to his young women.
Well, the Dice take it away. However, it's good work by Bulova to come back for Greater Latrobe. Allderdice still in possession. Not a good pass there, however, as it goes out right in front of the Greater Latrobe bench. Sean Myers, Roger Downs here on the call at Rossi Field. Greater Latrobe High School, the venue for this section matchup.
Allderdice wanted a handball call, did not get it.
This is certainly a match that the Wildcats need to win, and in particular, Roger, looming large is the next one on Wednesday. That will be at home against Fox Chapel. That's a very talented Fox's team that played to a draw the first time against Greater Latrobe at 2-2.
Yeah, for the only blemish, if you will, on this Lady Wildcats record.
Yeah, the only one that did not yield a win so far this season. Fox Chapel is 4-1-1 coming into tonight. Greater Latrobe 5-0-1. Foxes have a tough test hosting Norwin tonight.
Norwin squad traditionally very, very good.
Yeah, they're 4-2-0 this season. Both losses coming at the hands of these Wildcats. Throwing for the Dragons. And now headed by Yurko. Good hustle play there by Morgan Riley, and she showed some physical play. Wildcats having a hard time getting possession back, however.
Yeah, Lauren Bell into the game, number 2 for the Cats.
A freshman. Well, there is so much youth on the pitch here tonight. Freshmen and sophomores playing absolutely crucial roles. McKenna Malone, a junior, unable to dribble past. A little more than 15 minutes into the opening half. It's 1-1 between Greater Latrobe and Allderdice here on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Dragons play it back and now advance it. Sent back by Anisha Willis. Mentioned that she was a second-team all-section performer as a 9th grader in 2020. One of 4 players who earned all-section for the Dragons. The other 3 were honorable mentions, one of whom unavailable tonight. That being Sophia Bouvier. She is out with a concussion that she sustained in the last match.
Yeah, that last match was on Saturday. That was a 4-2 loss for Allderdice taking on Oakland Catholic.
A lot of physical play there, and ultimately it's a foul whistled against Petruzzi for Greater Latrobe. Yeah, Oakland Catholic, that's a non-section match, and certainly the Dragons did not want to have any of their key players injured. Wildcats again try to carry into the attacking third. Nice work by Robin Riley. Now on the far wing. The Cats patient here, and there's a good feed. And a shot, diving stop as Robin Riley got that one off, but up to the test that time, Jillian Blake.
Robin Riley, the freshman.
She had some room here, Roger.
We'll see the replay.
That one almost snuck underneath Blake, it appeared. Substitutions as 3 Dragons come onto the pitch, including Nice, who returns. Sarah Dugan as well, one of the two daughters for Jeremiah Dugan. Always enjoyed talking to him. Covered the Dragons last year as well on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Almost a giveaway there by the Dragons.
I think they have to be happy that they're tied at 1-all, but you get the sense that since that goal, Greater Latrobe's started to get a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, a little bit, John. Their passing has been quite crisp here in the past 2-3 minutes.
And they've been able to take it away like Robin Riley just did. Leaves off to Bulova. Reagan Riley tries to get that one through, and now the Dragons send it out. 21-23 remaining in the first half, 1-0. Reagan Riley, the goal scorer for Greater Latrobe, but a response less than 3 minutes later by Journey Finney for Allderdice. Throwing upcoming for Petruzzi. Thanks for tuning into our coverage here tonight. And Roger, we mentioned we have one coming up on Wednesday. You can also go back and watch the archive broadcasts of Greater Latrobe girls. We've had the boys as well. We've had Norwin and Penn Trafford girls. So some really good soccer at the high school level that we've had here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Yeah, speaking of the archive, Sean, I had a nice opportunity as I was entering the facility this evening to meet Mrs. Riley, whose 3 daughters are on this Wildcat squad. And she said they and all their family members truly enjoy the Westmoreland Sports Network broadcast. She said that there are even some nights that some of her daughters will stay up and start watching a replay beginning at 10:30.
Claire Gerard, the senior, into the contest for the Wildcats. It's a larger roster for Allderdice as opposed to Greater Latrobe tonight, but I don't think numbers are certainly an issue for the Cats.
No, total of 22 Lady Wildcats on this roster.
Good attempt there by Willis, but couldn't get much mustard behind it, making it an easy save for DeSerp. She blasts that one high into the air. Headed back and now settled down by the Cats, who get it back to Chiffre. And she'll have the throw-in. That was a nice play there by Bell. She was double-teamed, but still found a way to get it to her teammate, Robin Riley.
Yeah, you will be saying a lot of the same names over and over again this evening. And
well, especially the name Riley, Roger, because there's 3 who are absolutely crucial members of this Cats squad.
And this will be the only time in their careers they will be on the same varsity roster in high school.
You know, Robin Riley, the freshman, obviously her first year. Reagan Riley, the sophomore, but Morgan, the senior. So it'll be her final year. The other 2 sisters will get 3 years together. The officials for tonight's match, Dennis Gates and Tim Ungvarsky. Had a chance to talk to them briefly before the match. One of the Dragons goes down, but quickly gets back up. That is Nice. Nice recently came back to Allderdice, Roger. She was overseas as part of the London Bees. Are you familiar with the London Bees at all?
I am not.
You are not. Well, she was a member of the London Bees, but now back with the Dragons, and they're glad to have her, one of the players in the starting lineup.
Yeah, what a great opportunity for her.
I have never been to England.
Nor have I.
I've only, in a sense, been to Europe, and that's maybe even a little bit of a gray area if you count Iceland, which I think maybe you would count, but not really. I don't know. A goal kick upcoming for the Serb.
I had a brief thought of going to Ireland, Sean. My oldest son, Tony, was at the University College of Dublin working on his MBA, but we chose not to go across the pond, so to speak.
Nice job by Bulova. She carries and then dishes ahead, trying to connect with her teammate Bell, who's able to track it down. Bell attempted to put the brakes on. It's stripped away from her, but it will be a throw-in for Greater Latrobe.
Nice defensive play right there from number 8 of the Dragons.
It's Fraukia Schlingemann. I know you would rather let me get that name out first, Roger, understandably, as this went into the box and snatched by the keeper, Blake.
Blake's done a pretty nice job. Has remained active. Right now, the Wildcats still very busy with shots on goal.
The Dragons try to come the other way, but have not really been able to get much in the attacking third after that goal. Keeper Blake will snatch this one. Mentioned she has 10 career shutouts. Won't be getting number 11 tonight, courtesy of the early marker by Reagan Riley. A bit of a collision and a whistle, and it goes against Greater Latrobe.
Against Bulova.
Well, I think the game plan for Allderdice, a team on the road here against a very talented Wildcat squad, if you can keep it even at the half, I think you'll take your chances over the final 40 minutes.
Oh, indeed you will. Builds confidence, builds momentum, but still nothing decided here in the first half of play from Rossi Field on the campus of the Greater Latrobe High School.
As that ball was long gone. Well, the Dragons last year went 2-8-0 in Section 3. They're 2-4-0 this year, so they've already matched the win total. And the remaining ones, well,
they have a tough road to hoe.
Yeah, there's not many easy ones. It's a down year for Hempfield area. There's no doubt about that. And the Dragons' 2 wins did come against the Spartans. But they have Penn Trafford on the road and then home against Norwin at Fox Chapel. Look out, a chance here for the Cats. Sent over, and that one just pushed wide of the net. Well, an opportunity for Gerard, but ultimately she just could not get it inside that post.
Yeah, Claire Gerard just a little bit late getting to this one, Sean. Seemed to hesitate just a bit.
It looked like the keeper, Blake, would have been able to make the save if it did make it on net. She was in pretty good position as she sends this one low to Finney. Finney, the goal scorer, showing some good speed here in the open field. The pass a bit too far ahead of the intended target. As the Wildcats take it back, nice move by Gerard, but she has it knocked away from her possession. Give and go attempt. And now the Dragons have it. Through ball, it connects. Finney has it taken away in the box, so great defensive play by the Wildcats to make sure that Finney did not get a good chance for her second marker. That was Reagan Riley who made the play.
Nice team play, team defense by the Cats. Here we'll see the replay of this defensive play.
That was almost the spot that Finney scored from before. Some fancy dribbling here. And now ultimately sent over to Robin Riley. She hits the deck. That ball with a lot of English will go all the way out and will lead to a Wildcats throw-in. Under 13 minutes left in the opening half. Deadlocked between the Dragons and Wildcats here at Rossi Field. Sean and Roger bringing you the action on WSN. Centering feed shot is blocked. And the Dragons nearly turn it over again. However, it's slashed off of Greater Latrobe and Chiffre. Last year, pretty dominant performances for the Wildcats against the Dragons, winning 5-0 at Allderdice and then 7-0 here at home. Go back 2 years, however, and the team split the two matches. Finney down the near side this time. We've seen her on the far side frequently as this one deflects off of Greater Latrobe's Yurko. That'll yield a corner for the third time for Taylor Allderdice.
Yeah, Ava Yurko plays a very, very nice defensive game for the Cats, Sean. As we talked about in some of our previous broadcasts, it seems that the Lady Cats truly know, understand, and accept their roles and what it takes to make this team successful.
Elizabeth Dugan to take the corner. And not a good attempt there as it goes out. Well, that's the third corner for the Dragons. The serve sends it over. The Wildcats look to come the other way with some speed. Reagan Riley sends it forward. It's a race for it. And ultimately coming out to slide at the last second is Blake, making sure that Gerard did not get to it.
Yeah, nice job there by the goalie, Jillian Blake.
Now, she looked maybe a little indecisive initially, but was able to show some good speed and get over there in time. Nearing 10 minutes remaining in this opening half. Reagan Riley for Greater Latrobe in the 8th minute. And in the 11th minute, Journey Finney with the answer. DeSerb, surveying the scene, plays it out. Jamie Morrison's done a fine job with this program, Roger, although she has a pretty darn accomplished assistant in Tom Kennedy, who is the boys' head coach here at Greater Latrobe and has a bevy of experience. Ross Campbell, the other assistant.
Yeah, Coach Morrison's done a really, really nice job of implementing her system here at Greater Latrobe.
What a great athlete she was in her day as well. 2006 graduate of Jeannette High School, went on to play at Penn State University. Graduated from nearby St. Vincent College. She's also a basketball player with the Jayhawks, in addition to being a standout on the pitch. There's a foul whistled against Greater Latrobe. Comes from an athletic family as well. Her sister played soccer at St. Francis. Dad played football at Carnegie Mellon. I would think that puts a little pressure on, right?
I believe so, yeah. Very competitive family, I'll bet, there during in the backyard or the driveway.
Not a good ball there for Allderdice as it goes back to Greater Latrobe. Jeremiah Dugan on the other side, 6th year for him. He played at Brashear, so from one city school to another. Bad turnovers. Robin Riley takes it away, and she'll play it back to Yurko. Well, you see all these freshmen and sophomores in the lineup for Greater Latrobe, Roger, and making key contributions. The natural tendency is to think, 2022, 2023, this team's going to be absolutely loaded. But I think it's so important for the team to focus on this year, right?
Indeed,
Obviously,
yes.
I think that they have real aspirations to win a section crown, which would be the first time, I believe, going back to the early 70s, to make a playoff run after they were one and done a year ago.
Yeah,
I think that left a bit of a bitter taste in their mouth.
Yeah, you cannot take your eye off of the current season, because a funny thing will happen on the way to the playoffs.
Well, nearly a chance there for Lauren Bell. It was well defended. Yeah, and this WPAL girls soccer collection of talent is just too immense to not be fully focused on the present, because as we mentioned, in this section alone, you look at some real championship contenders in Norwin and Fox Chapel. It wasn't too long ago that Penn Trafford won a WPAL title as well. And there's one of those 9th graders in Petruzzi.
Yeah, good shot there, Maddie Petruzzi.
Substitution for Greater Latrobe as McKenna Malone returns to the pitch. Well, there's no doubt that the belief is there now for Greater Latrobe. We mentioned the 2 victories against Norwin. I think maybe just as importantly, they opened the season winning 4-0 against Upper St. Clair as part of the West Mifflin tournament. Why is that significant, Roger? Well, that Upper St. Clair team bounced Greater Latrobe from the playoffs 6-1 last year.
Yeah, it was a bit of a shorthanded squad there for the Wildcats last year after dealing with some COVID issues and concussion issues with the goalie Sophia de Serb.
So from losing by 5 goals to winning by 4 goals in the span of about 10 months, that certainly will do wonders for a team's confidence. Dragons should be playing some confident soccer right now, however, as they even with Greater Latrobe, and they've had some good chances, although the Wildcats thwart this opportunity. Just over 6 minutes left in half number 1.
Got a breakaway here possibly.
Dragons trying to get back. Good feed and a give and go, but ultimately did not make it back to Robin Riley, and will go in on the keeper.
Yeah, nice defense there by Allderdice.
Taylor Allderdice of the Pittsburgh City League, at least for some sports, football and basketball. Pretty much every other sport, those City League schools have integrated into the WPIAL.
Allderdice, very, very strong basketball program past couple of years.
And yet their most famous athletic alum played the sport of football. You know who that is, Roger? NFL Hall of Famer.
Why don't you tell me, Sean?
That is Curtis Martin.
Ooh, okay. New England Patriots running back, Jets running back.
Yep. Former Pitt Panther. Throwing upcoming for Chiffre. Although if you were to ask anyone on the pitch right now, they would know Allderdice for being the home of Wiz Khalifa and Mac Miller.
Yes, the late Mac Miller, I believe.
Yep, 2 pretty accomplished music artists. I don't think many of them really care about Curtis Martin, since they were born probably around the time that his career ended.
Yes.
As the Wildcats bring Lorenzi back in. That's a name that's been heard a lot if you've come to Greater Latrobe soccer matches this year, Roger. Her brother, Nico, is a terrific player for the boys team.
Yeah, it's amazing, Sean, how the sport of soccer seems to just stay within certain families. Many of these young women on the pitch this evening, be they clad in white or clad in black, have been playing the game of soccer since an early age.
Yeah, and I know that this group of freshmen, they have been playing together. Okay, well, they're 9th graders. They're brand new, but they've grown up playing together.
Yeah, they played a lot of cup teams together.
Yeah, and that's something that's really important at Greater Latrobe, because I think the Wildcats may be a little bit behind some of the other big schools in terms of the feeder program, but they can make up for it when, look at this great feed into the box. And a shot off the post. Great chance for Reagan Riley.
Yeah, nice pass from Boulevard. Ella with a nice job there. Here, we'll watch the replay. Watch this very, very nice pass. Very accurate.
And that's a great effort. And Reagan Riley did everything but sneak it inside that post as she was efforting for her second marker.
Under 3 minutes now in the first half.
No, that would have been massive for Greater Latrobe to get the lead back.
And it'd be a heart crusher there for the Dragons.
Becca Reed, the senior, has checked in for Greater Latrobe, clad in number 25. She's going for it right now. However, it's played away from her. Back to midfield. Well, we haven't seen a lot of possession for Allderdice over the past 10 or 15 minutes. Trying to change that now is Willis. Willis has been impressive. She runs into this one and then sends it across. Right in front of the benches and played out. Last off of Allderdice. For those unaware, Allderdice, I believe the high school is in Squirrel Hill.
It is.
I've been there for basketball before. And then the Dragons actually have what you'd sort of consider two different home venues for soccer. Couples Stadium, which is also the home of the City League football games. Mm-hmm. That's in the south side of Pittsburgh. And the other one is the Shenley Oval. Sent through, but a nice defensive play. And now Shorkey able to move it across. Talking to Coach Dugan, he said, well, yeah, we're kind of always competing with the other City League schools as far as who's going to have the field when. So they kind of have to be able to adjust and move around.
Must be flexible, not just in the body, but in the mind as well, to deal with the highs and lows, the ebbs and flows of the game of soccer.
Nearing the final minute of this opening half. It is 1-1 between Greater Latrobe and Allderdice.
1 minute remaining in the half.
It looks like the Dragons efforting for a late opportunity here.
They're going to get a free kick.
And we'll see it. Oh, it's going to come from about 35 yards out. Elizabeth Dugan behind it. Sends it on goal. Just high. Hit off of the football goal post. That's a pretty good leg there from Dugan.
Oh, yeah.
Well, DeSerb, Roger, she has some good size to her. And we saw when she was reaching up there, basically could cover almost the entire net.
Yeah, she is 6'1" for sure, Sean. Very athletic. All of these Lady Wildcats and the Dragons as well. The game of soccer, they are in shape.
Well, the first half comes to a conclusion. Well played between Greater Latrobe and Allderdice. We are deadlocked at a goal apiece. We'll take a break, come back with the Excella Health halftime report as we continue our coverage of high school soccer 2021. It's right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
How do you define elite? At Elite Plumbing, Kitchens, and Baths in Latrobe, we define elite by offering the highest quality brands for kitchen and bathroom remodeling in Westmoreland County. Brands like Moen, Toto, and Cambria. Meet with one of our incredible designers who will help you choose a stunning cabinet design for your new kitchen or luxurious showers and bathtubs for your new bathroom. Call Elite Plumbing, Kitchens, and Baths for a free estimate at 724-205-6947 or visit our vast showroom in the Route 30 Plaza in Latrobe.
This is how far we'll go to treat heart, lung, and vascular disease. 15 millimeters. At Excella Health, we believe less can be more. That's why we use
Score big with the Bowser family of dealerships featuring GMC, Buick, Cadillac, Subaru, Hyundai, and Nissan. Looking for a new car, truck, or SUV? Visit powerofbowser.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to find your perfect vehicle. Get the absolute best price and the best car buying experience anywhere. It's the power of the Bowser family of dealerships. Route 51 South on top of the hill.
Dr. Scott Learn and his dental team have been caring for the community for over 20 years. Dr. Learn offers a wide variety of dental services, including oral exams, gingivitis treatments, crowns, veneers, and more. He even makes custom sports mouth guards. Call 724-537-3314 or visit scottellearndmd.com. Dr. Scott Learn General and Cosmetic Dentistry in Latrobe, giving you the confidence to enjoy your smile.
Since 1992, Latrobe's comprehensive hauler of lumber, steel, heavy equipment, and beverages is M&M Trucking. Licensed by the PLCB, M&M Trucking has an operating authority in 24 states Give them a call at 724-539-1044. That's 724-539-1044. Good luck, Trojans, from M&M Trucking, keeping pace with today's transportation industry.
We have reached halftime, 1-1 between Greater Latrobe and Taylor Allderdice. Welcome into the Excella Health halftime report. Excella Health expert care here. Roger, we saw a good start for Greater Latrobe and on the board initially, but I think the most significant thing was the almost immediate response by Taylor Allderdice. And even though I think Greater Latrobe was clearly the better team through the first 40, this one still certainly up for grabs with the Dragons doing enough to stay even.
Yeah, certainly, Sean, they are. And I think a lot of folks here, as I happened to cruise by the concession stand just a few minutes ago, are kind of unsure as to what's happening. I believe they felt that the Wildcats would have this one handily in control right now in the first half, and that has not been the case.
Well, this has been a Taylor Allderdice team that has been competitive throughout. Really, with the exception of a 6-0 loss against Norwin, Roger, they have been in every match. And you look at the losses, okay, 3-1 the first time against Greater Latrobe, 3-1 against Penn Trafford, 2-1 against Fox Chapel, and then we mentioned last time 4-2 against Oakland Catholic, also a loss at Pine Richland, 1-0. So with the exception of that one lopsided setback at Norwin, they have hung in there. So give them credit. This is sort of their MO, is to play competitively against the top teams. Now it comes down to the final 40 minutes, and I think Greater Latrobe should be pretty confident. But by the same token, all it takes potentially is one bounce to see their unbeaten record in overall and section play could potentially come to an end.
It certainly could, and I'm sure that's something that head coach Jamie Morrison is stressing right now at the half with her entire team. They want to keep on their winning ways. They don't want to let this one slip away, because then, both winning and losing can be contagious. And no one wants to see that if you're a fan of the young ladies clad in the orange and the black. You spoke a few moments ago about the feeder program, Sean. Nothing creates interest in a feeder program more than the varsity winning.
And certainly there's the chance for this to be what many people would call a trap game, Roger, because last time out it was a massive victory, 1-0 at Norwin. You mentioned that the coach and player like saying this proves that we are for real. Next up, at home against Fox Chapel. That's a Fox's team that played to a draw against Greater Latrobe. In between, it's an Allderdice team that's currently sitting fourth in the standings at 2-4-0 that Greater Latrobe has already defeated. That's not to say by any means that the Wildcats aren't taking them seriously or have overlooked them, but by the same token, it is very easy to kind of get caught up on the other two marquee matchups that surround this one.
Without a doubt, Sean, and keep in mind, this Allderdice squad, the Dragons, only lost to Fox Chapel by a score of 2-1.
Absolutely. Well, let's take a look at how the goals came in the opening half of play. In the 8th minute, with 32:41 remaining, Greater Latrobe's Reagan Riley, the sophomore, is able to get a beautiful feed and then finish as she gets the shot off and sneaks it past the keeper, Jillian Blake, and the Wildcats are up 1-0 at that juncture. However, in the 11th minute, at 29:58 to be exact, Michaela Sharif did a fine job in the box, controlling, dishes it across, and right there on the doorstep for the finish, Journey Finney, as she gets her team leading 8th goal of the season. And so each player, Reagan Riley and Journey Finney, now have 8 markers on the campaign. That's where we stand through the first 40 minutes. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get you set for the second half of action. 1-1 between Allderdice and Greater Latrobe as we continue our coverage of Wildcats girls soccer here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
For over 35 years, Stevenson Insurance Associates in Greensburg has been saving their customers money on their auto insurance. If you are a safe driver and dissatisfied with the cost of your auto insurance, call Stevenson Insurance Associates at 724-832-9889. Lock in your great rate that won't change year to year unless you move, add a new driver, or buy a new vehicle. Call Stevenson Insurance Associates today for your free quote on auto, home, business, or life insurance. Insurance at 724-832-9889.
The most incredible machine ever created didn't come with replacement parts. Until now. Rebuilding the human body takes skill, not just science. Some of the region's most accomplished orthopedists are right here at Excella Health. Our team of specialists are using non-surgical treatments, minimally invasive procedures, and the most sophisticated and complex surgical techniques to restore all aspects of human motion.
All right.
Whether you walk or fly. Orthopedics at Excella Health. Expert care begins here.
Have you or someone you know committed to play a sport at the next level? Let us know by emailing info@westmorelandsports.com so we can add you to our WSN College Commitment page. Our unique page features a list of current Westmoreland County student athletes that have made a verbal or written commitment to play a sport in college. No matter what sport at what level, our College Commitment page has you covered. Check it out next time you visit westmorelandsports.com.
We continue here on the Excella Health Halftime Report on the Westmoreland Sports Network. 1-all Greater Latrobe and Allderdice, with just about set to get ready this second half of action. And as we mentioned, Roger, the second meeting of this 2021 campaign between these squads. Greater Latrobe looking to sweep the Dragons. They have already swept the series against Norwin. We mentioned winning 1-0 last time out, winning the first meeting 2-1. They defeated Penn Trafford in back-to-back matches as well, 4-1 and then 1-0 in Harrison City. So they are trying to complete their third sweep in the section. That being said, they have not yet played Hempfield at all. So they will play the Spartans twice back-to-back later this year. They will also have the one remaining matchup against Fox. As we mentioned, that's going to be a big one on Wednesday.
And that will be right here on the Westmoreland Sports Network as well.
And the team's back out on the pitch. Greater Latrobe wearing the black kits, the Dragons clad in white. So the team switch sides. 40 minutes goes up on the clock as we're ready to begin this second frame of play. Wildcats finished with a losing record overall a year ago, 4-5-1, but it is a different story here in 2021. You see have yet to taste defeat, including 5-0-1, good for first place currently in section play.
Yeah, that game with Fox Chapel on Wednesday will indeed loom large in the standings. Could make the difference between first or second place.
As we are underway, Dragons with the opening touch here in the second half. Sharif, who was not in the starting lineup out there to begin this second half, she had the assist on the marker by Finney.
Maddie Petrus, a pretty good hustle down the left side.
As this one caroms out, and it will be a goal kick. 3 corners for the Dragons by my count in the opening half, none for Greater Latrobe. And my very, very unofficial stats had 2 shots on goal each way. The Cats unable to get possession there. But now they get it right back. Bouleva.
Nice pass.
That is a nice feed. Wildcats try to make another one, but it's broken up and then cleared out by Amelia Dick.
Off the foot of McKenna Malone.
That's Hannah Hagley to throw in. Right? Am I seeing my numbers correct, Roger?
Yes.
Okay. As this one comes in on net. Hagley was another player who did not start the match. So it appears as though Jeremiah Dugan has made a few changes here to begin the second half of play. And it's sent forward. And a nice touch there. However, no chance for Willis as it was immediately taken away from her. Some of the fans looking for a foul against the Dragons. None forthcoming as play continues. An opportunity here for Reagan Riley. Puts the brakes on. Nice move, but then a double team, and she goes down as play continues. And the Dragons will have a throw-in upcoming.
Yeah, here she goes.
That's a good move, but that second defender came over. And a minor collision.
It was Dugan coming over, number 27.
Sent through, but too strong by Petruzzi as it goes all the way to the far side in a race for it. As the Dragons will just let it go out.
Nice decision there by Kramer.
Substitution for Allderdice is Sarah Dugan, number 99, checks in. You think she's a Wayne Gretzky fan, Roger?
Oh, very well could be.
And Rick Vaughn says flick the wild thing from the... He's a fictional baseball player.
He is indeed.
Not a real-life baseball player.
Cleveland Indians.
That is a real-life team. Well, at least...
will be until next year.
Yeah.
Actor that portrayed Rick Vaughn, Charlie Sheen.
The Cleveland Gladiators, right?
Guardians.
Well,
actually, there was a team called the Cleveland Gladiators. They were an indoor football league team.
They used to be the Cleveland Spiders, I believe, meaning the Indians used to be the Spiders.
Yes, they were.
Although
indeed.
I think it might have been a different franchise. I don't know. Either way, back to action here on the pitch. As that one a little bit behind the intended target.
Oh, but right to her, right to Bulova.
Yeah, well, sometimes look what I found and see if the Cats can take advantage. And a play at midfield settled down by Morgan Riley. You know, do whatever you can to get a foot on it, or just stand there and let the other team pass it right to you. And that kind of goes back to what Coach Morrison said. They need to be opportunistic. So they've had a couple opportunities. Obviously, Reagan Riley cashed in on the first one, and then remember, she rung one off of the post with about 3.5 minutes left in that opening half of play.
And without that fine defensive play just about 2 minutes ago, Sean, Wildcats could have had another marker.
Chloe Boyette to throw in. The Cats keep possession. Nice move by Boulevard. Gets a shot off and forcing the keeper to make a save. Blake was well positioned.
Good thing she controlled that rebound shot, and there was a Lady Cat right on the doorstep.
Now you see some real powerful legs here for Greater Latrobe. Nice hesitation move and a through ball and a bit of a collision. Unfortunately, it looks like the serve is okay. One of her own teammates, almost a friendly fire there on the back end. And as you see this chance again, that's not easy to get a shot from there off with that much authority like Bulova just did. Has a high bouncer. And it's Malone who gains possession for Greater Latrobe. A little more than 5 minutes into this opening, or the second half of play, still deadlocked at a goal apiece. You get the feeling if it keeps like this, Greater Latrobe will get one eventually, though.
I think so too, Sean. They keep knocking, they keep knocking on the door.
Chaffray to throw in. Roger, we have received a message. Do you want to guess from whom?
I would say that it very well could be. Good shot there.
And another save, and that one was not cleanly handled by Blake, but she was able to recover nicely.
I would say that the message, this was a nice shot.
Unfortunately for Blake, there was not a Wildcat right there. So the email is from TJ to Stefan. I know that will shock you.
I am flabbergasted.
He says, "Evening, gentlemen!" Exclamation point. Tuned in while working on football for Friday night. WSN rocks. Woo! That's his trademark. That's kind of his thing.
It is.
I mean, he's stolen it from from Ric Flair and others, but he's sort of made it his own, which I give him credit for the tenacity to keep forcing that as his catchphrase.
Riley.
Yeah, the goal scorer looking for another, and she blasts that one, but unable to get it on net. And she looks like maybe the most dangerous player out there tonight.
Yeah, right now she has had several opportunities. They seem to be focusing on Reagan Riley's side of the field, trying to get the ball to her. Maybe something that Coach Jamie Morrison and her staff have been able to recognize and pick up against the Dragons.
It was Elizabeth Dugan who was able to do enough defensively maybe to force that shot to be a bit errant. Well, coming into this one, Robin Riley with 9 goals, the team leader, 2 ahead of her sister Reagan, although Reagan has added 1 tonight. In the box again, feet in front, broken up. It was a good play or a good attempt by Petruzzi, and it nearly came back to her, but she could not corral it. She has it now. Up top, and the Dragons play it away. A little bit of a physical play there. But the officials right in position say no foul, play on.
It's nice to see that the 2 young ladies there did not sustain any leg injuries while they were intertwined.
Reagan Riley, her pass knocked away. Well, the Dragons have been on their heels a little bit in this second half. Wildcats looking to take advantage as Morgan Riley passes off. And now back up top. Sent to the near side by Robin Riley. Take another look at Petruzzi's centering feed. Well, I thought maybe she had an angle there to get a shot off. And then it nearly came right back to her. She was trying to connect with McKenna Malone. And that's one, as a freshman, maybe a learning opportunity, right?
Oh, yeah, sometimes, you have players that, they want to be that person that takes the shot. Others are very, very happy to have the assist and permit a teammate to score.
And Petruzzi has more assists than goals this season. As that one goes down the hillside, never to be seen or heard from again. Petruzzi with 2 goals and 3 assists. So almost 10 minutes into this second half, it's still 1-1. Dragons have had very little, if any, time in the attacking third, though, in this second half. Wildcats back on it. A little too far for the intended target, Reagan Riley. Well, there's no doubt that she's been the go-to player tonight, Roger, and I think that kind of speaks to the depth that it's not always Reagan Riley. It could be Ella Bulva, it could be Robin Riley. They have, all 3 of them, filled the net with regularity this season. Dragons looking for a rare chance. And shot blocked. As the Cats have been airtight defensively since the intermission. And then that one slips through to Greater Latrobe. Cats try to come on the counter. But it goes to Sarah Dugan for Allderdice. Given right back. Now Blake surveys the scene. Mentioned the officials before, Roger, Dennis Gates and Tim Ungvarsky. I have become best pals with an official.
Oh, okay.
Yes. The one who looks like Phil Collins.
Oh, we had him at our Seton Hill soccer matches.
Yes, well, that was on Wednesday, and then I saw him on Thursday and Friday.
Oh, wow.
How about that? 3 different teams at 3 different venues, but Milan was at all 3.
How about that?
And he was yelling at me in the middle of a broadcast, saying, "You remember my name?" I said, "Yeah, I remember it. I wrote it down."
So he, too, was multitasking throughout the game.
Yes. He might just do college soccer. I'm not sure if he does high school or not. I'll have to ask him next time I see him, which will probably be sooner rather than later. Maybe he's tuning in right now.
Or he's working.
Or maybe doing both, right?
Could be. Could be.
A throw-in upcoming for the Dragons, as they will go to the bench here. Checking in for Allderdice is Hannah Schwartz, an honorable mention all-section performer from a year ago. Mentioned that another all-section performer is out for them tonight, Sophia Bovier, and they certainly miss her. She got injured in the match against Oakland Catholic. Wildcats have been without Lauren Davis due to a quad injury. She is one of the seniors on the Greater Latrobe roster. Our videographer tonight, Chris Smith, Dan Flickinger. Well, we might as well just call him Dan Producer, right? Dan Flickinger is the producer. There he is. Very focused on the task at hand. That's one Chris Smith. Nice move by Reagan Riley. In the box. Plays it up top. A touch. Redirected into the net. Yeah,
no goal.
That is offside. I saw the arm up from the official, so McKenna Malone's marker comes off the board.
Nonetheless, Sean, this was very, very crisp passing by the Cats.
And look at the bottom of the screen.
There you see it, yes.
Well, what looked to be the second marker for Greater Latrobe, and now back to the drawing board. It remains 1-all.
Right now in half number 2, the Wildcats have had the better of the attack.
Yeah, it's been Allderdice kind of just trying to weather this storm, if you will. I think right now, at least on how this one's going, I think if you're the Dragons, you're just maybe trying to play for the draw at 1-1. Because they have had very, very little in the way of offensive opportunities. The Cats have had opportunities aplenty, looking for another one here. Good back pressure, however, by the Dragons. That forces Greater Latrobe to play it back to midfield. Almost 15 minutes into the second half. Here come the Cats again. Morgan Riley feeds ahead to younger sister Reagan. Nice move from her. Turning shot. Save is made.
Nice anticipation there from Blake.
Now you continue to see these chances. Reagan Riley's had the most of them tonight. Dragons still hemmed in their own territory. Can't get it out. Nice job playing it ahead. Now it goes back to Bolova. She's dangerous. Sends this one, but goes wide of the net. Greater Latrobe's boys team struggling a bit this year, Roger. They have a record of 3-8-0, 3-6-0 in section play, and they are coming off of a 2-1 loss against the Allderdice boys team on Saturday.
I think Coach Morrison of the Wildcats will be very pleased with the passing execution, but not so much with the finishing.
Yeah, that's the most important part. You can set up for some good opportunities, but if you can't get the shots on goal and pass the keeper, ultimately it's all for naught. Here's a player who can get it past the keeper in Riley, and she watches it go out. It'll be a corner kick for the first time tonight for Greater Latrobe. It's Morgan Riley to take it.
Morgan Riley on the corner.
As you can hear the voice of Mark Mears in the background, former athletic director here at Greater Latrobe. Top of the box, and not a good touch there, and it's played out by the Dragons. Missed opportunity maybe for Greater Latrobe. Run out opportunity for Finney. A bit too physical of a play by the Wildcats. It's called on Ava Lorenzi. So the Dragons thought about moving it quickly. Now they'll take their time to try to set something up here. They haven't had many of these chances, Roger.
They have not. Play has been almost exclusively in the defensive third of Allderdice.
Anisha Willis behind it. A 3-player wall between her and the net. Now the official giving some instructions, telling those 3 girls to move up, or move back rather. So Willis behind it. Sends it in. And I'm not sure if that was headed on goal or not, but either way it forces the serve to come out and snatch it. Is that a shot, Dan? Yep, we'll call that one a shot. So it's the first of the second half that's made it on goal. Yeah, well, it's, if you don't know for sure, I think benefit of the doubt goes to it being a shot. So some fresh players come out there for the Dragons, and we mentioned, Roger, they have not had many opportunities. That makes cashing in on their rare opportunities all the more important. If you're scoring it like a boxing match at home, it's clearly favoring the Wildcats, but on the scoreboard that matters, it's 1-1.
Yeah, and right now I think if you would have asked head coach Jeremiah Dugan, would you take 1-1 in the second half, I think he would be saying yes.
This one sky high, nearly brought rain. And now a race for it. Dragons win it initially, but the Wildcats get it out. Penn Trafford leading 7-1 against Hempfield area. The other matchup, Norwin at Fox Chapel. That was a 7 o'clock start time, so that one might be just about over. See if we can get a score on that before we sign off. About 21 and a half minutes left in regulation here. Nothing's been decided. 1-0. 2 goals that came less than 3 minutes apart in the first half. In the 8th minute, Reagan Riley for Greater Latrobe, and Journey Finney, the response less than 3 minutes later. Fox Chapel leading 2-1 over Norwin at last check. Now look out for the Cats here, an opportunity. Shot, bouncing, and it's saved. As we've seen good positional play by Jillian Blake.
We certainly have. See the replay of this shot.
There's Robin Riley. Bulva tried to feather that one through. And the Dragons will kick it out. As Coach Morrison goes to the bench and brings in Lauren Bell, the freshman.
Lauren Bell having an excellent first year on varsity.
Carly Thomas throws that in. A positional battle, but the Dragons ultimately gain possession off of it. Can't keep it in, though, despite the best efforts of Journey Finney. Southmoreland defeating York in a pretty marquee showdown taking place here in Westmoreland County. 4-3 the final in that one. Scotty's in the Cougars.
2 also pretty good programs for girls high school soccer.
Mentioned Allderdice, a member of the Pittsburgh City League for basketball and football. They had unbelievable success in soccer in the City League before they ultimately went to the WPIAL. There's another throw-in upcoming. They won 11 City League titles. The most recent coming in 2006. As a ball through, diving stop. I don't know if that was a shot or more than likely if trying to feed to the back door.
Yeah, nice attempt there by number 11, Bulova.
Forcing the keeper, Blake, to come out and gobble that one up as the Wildcats continue to generate chances. That one actually ricocheted. Would have been off of Amelia Dickin for an own goal had that one ultimately gone in. But the keeper there to make sure that did not happen. So the City League titles for Allderdice, a program that began playing girls soccer in 1988. Well, to say that they had immediate success would be an understatement. They won in 88, 89, 91, 93, 94, 95, 96, 99, 04, 05, 06. It's a lot of championships in a short period of time.
Indeed.
Petruzzi sends it across. It caroms right back to her. But from that angle, not able to get it on net. Greater Latrobe has never won a WPIAL title. And I don't know if that will change this year, but I think this is maybe the best shot that they've had in a long, long time.
Well, I'm sure that is the focus right now for the long run of the season. The more immediate focus right now is trying to get rid of these pesky dragons here at Rossi Field.
Shot blocked as Robin Riley tried to pull the trigger. Well, you can't say that Allderdice has been the better team so far, but you don't always have to be the better team to get a victory or to garner a draw.
Yeah, situational.
Okay, it's 1-1 clarified, Roger. 1-1 between Norwin and Fox Chapel heading into overtime. A little confusion on that score for a bit, but luckily Dan Producer, as he's known, was able to get that squared away. Intended for Bolova, never made it to her. Ella Bolova was all-section performer, first team all-section last year as a freshman.
That's truly impressive. There was a good shot at Ella there. Along with Ella Shorkey as well.
So the Ellas matching up. Well, the Wildcats haven't had to defend their third very much here tonight. Bolova sends one through. Now it's a race for it, and that race ultimately won by Amelia Dick. Caroms around. Cats have it once more. To Bolova. Trying to find some room. Turning shot on net, and it forces the keeper to make a save. That was Robin Riley. Couldn't tell if maybe it was deflected on the shot, but either way, made its way to Jillian Blake. And by my unofficial count now, Roger, that's 8 balls that have made it on net for Greater Latrobe, just 3 for the Dragons.
Nice move there.
And here comes a chance for Greater Latrobe. Into the box. Shot blocked. Ricochets, goes on net. And the save is made by Blake. There's a little bit of pinball action.
Nice replay here. Compliments of producer Dan and camera operator Chris Smith.
That was Reagan Riley again. She's looked like the most dangerous player out there. Through ball, but never made it through on the attempt by Bolova. As we're under 15 minutes left in regulation. Not a good punt there by Jillian Blake, though. However, her teammate keeps it in the form of Nice.
Crowd getting a bit antsy, Sean. You can hear some of the fans.
Well, yeah, the expectations are higher for this Greater Latrobe team. And when you defeat Norwin twice, I think the tendency is just to assume, well, you're going to definitely beat Allderdice, right? You just beat Norwin. Well, it doesn't always work like that, and give credit to the Dragons. They've done enough to at least hold the fort and stay even. And it was a competitive match the first time, just a 3-1 margin in favor of Greater Latrobe. Reagan Riley, Robin Riley, and Petruzzi, the goal scorers in that one. It was Finney who found the net for the Dragons, and she has the goal tonight as well. A lot of English on that touch pass intended for Carly Thomas, and she has it taken away from her.
That's Shorkey.
Shorkey gives it right back. Race for this one, and the keeper, Jillian Blake, out to swallow it up. A little of a collision there, but no foul whistled.
Play on.
Again, Coach Morrison said that it was a pretty physical battle the first time. And I think that's good to see different styles of play from different opponents, maybe get a little bit out of the comfort zone, right?
I think so, Sean. And it's also credit to the gentleman in the striped shirt for letting the young ladies play as well.
A lot of substitutions here for Allderdice. We have seen the Dragons really go into their bench frequently. There's Hannah Hagley, one of the players who just entered. The senior. Has the purple spikes on tonight. I like that. I'm a big purple guy. How about you?
Yes.
Okay. Roger wasted no time in saying that definitively. Good news, Roger. Facebook and Instagram are back up and running.
Oh, the world will be a better place.
Fraukia Schlingemann returns for Allderdice. Claire Gerard out there for Greater Latrobe. She has it now. Moves it ahead, but Lauren Bell has it stripped away from her. Diving effort to keep it alive by Allderdice's Elise Chu. First time we've called her name. This one will slowly roll across the goal line.
Thus the luxury of turf as opposed to natural surface.
Nearing 10 minutes left in regulation. Here's a good look at why it's remained 1-0. Jillian Blake, she's made some key saves in this one. Keep in mind also the one shot from Reagan Riley that hit the post late in the first half, and then the Malone goal that was ultimately negated on the offsides about 15 minutes into this second half. Roger, can you believe high school hockey starts tonight?
Yes, I can. I was reading a bit of the team capsules earlier today. Some of the better programs have actually changed classifications.
Yeah, Baldwin has moved up, and that's good news for Greater Latrobe because that's a Baldwin team that has been the cream of the crop in Class AA the last couple of years. Greater Latrobe and Baldwin were slated to play back in the 2019 Penguins Cup Championship, as it'll be a goal kick. Wildcats have been a really good program, and you can read more about that in the Westmoreland Sports Notebook that's up right now on WSN.
Nice shot of Claire Gerard there.
The senior, one assist on the campaign for her. Roger, I don't want to give away too many details. I like to leave a little bit of mystery remaining, but the next Westmoreland alum Q&A will feature a very accomplished Westmoreland County girls soccer player.
Oh.
Who's now back playing in Western Pennsylvania collegiately. I will say no more than that. You'll have to check out the website.
And we encourage everyone to do that. Check out the website daily, westmorelandsports.com, maybe a couple times a day.
Yeah, even the Allderdice fans who are tuning in tonight. I know Coach Dugan, a big fan of what we do here. Greater Latrobe hockey, Roger, victorious 3-0 against the Shaler Titans tonight. So the hockey team wins. Now the soccer team trying to follow suit, as that was a dangerous play.
Nice move, though, however.
And the Dragons get it out. Wildcats get it right back, though.
Yeah, no hesitation. The Wildcats very quickly in transition.
Bolova has it now. Tries to feed it through. Not a good one, but it comes right back to her. Now she'll line up a shot attempt, bouncing towards the net. And the stop is made by Blake, maybe looking for one of the players to get a touch on that.
Looks like number 1, Riley, coming in from that side.
Yeah, that's not a bad option to try to get it to her, right? I mean, she has been not only the goal scorer, but I think has had a chance at 2 or 3 other ones.
Bit of English on that one.
That's a good job. And now it comes in a collision. Look out. Hope everyone's okay. It was Claire Gerard who made a fine play to get it across. And then slow to get up is Elizabeth Dugan as she ran into the keeper, Blake. So they stop play with 7:28 remaining, and it looks like she's okay. Let's take another look. Oh, you hate to see that.
Never want to see a collision amongst teammates as well, Sean. But let's credit Jillian Blake holding on to the ball throughout the collision.
Yeah, that was that could have very easily knocked the wind out of her. It looks like she kind of took that one in the midsection. There's the head man, Jeremiah Dugan, directing traffic as well. 6-year guiding this program. He had mentioned to me on the before we went on the air, Roger, that the Dragons are very active in social justice causes, and that they take a knee to show unity with their opposition of all forms of racism. And that's something that's very important to the girls, and I know that was the case last year as well. And so that's great that he supports, I guess, their interests outside of just the sport of soccer.
Well, you know what? We are attempting, and that's coaches, teachers, counselors, parents, guardians alike. We're trying to get these young folks ready for the real world as well, not just the world of academics and athletics at the high school level. There will be a real world that they will all have to enter and be a part of.
This one goes across the line. Is it a goal kick or a corner? As Reagan Riley shrugging her shoulders. Looks like it will yield a corner. So maybe one of the best chances for the Cats to try to get the lead.
Morgan Riley with the corner.
Here comes the corner from Morgan Riley. Bends it towards the net, headed just wide. And 2 Wildcats collide as Robin Riley and Ella Bulova tumble over one another. It was Bulova with the header. Didn't miss by much. Six minutes remaining in this one. If need be, we will put 10 minutes up for an overtime period. It will be a golden goal scenario. Dragons hoping to change that here. Long shot, and it goes over the net. A pretty good effort by Anisha Willis. It's one of the few balls that the Dragons even got close to goal here in this second half of play. Just 3 shots on goal for Allderdice tonight. 10 for Greater Latrobe. And at times it's felt even more lopsided than those numbers indicate. Nearing 5 minutes left in regulation, still 1-0. Reagan Riley with the initial goal. Journey Finney with the response for Allderdice, both coming relatively early in the opening half. Now turnover. Dragons coming the other way. Turning shot, and it will come on the near side and stay in play. Ranging over for Greater Latrobe is Carly Thomas to keep it away from Journey Finney. Hagley will throw in for the visitors. Look out here, turning shot blocked. Now a through ball does not connect. A couple of chances there for Allderdice. Oh, big collision. And a foul called against Claire Gerard as she lowered the boom. Took down Hagley. Hagley quick to get up. And now a free kick from nearly 50 yards out. Chu takes it. Not a bad ball, but just too far out, and it'll go across the line for a goal kick. Getting to the point now, Roger, where you're thinking this one could be headed to OT.
Sean, but you know what? I'm sure the ladies on the pitch are not thinking that. I'm sure both teams would like to end this one in regulation.
Yeah, especially Greater Latrobe, right? At home, you don't want to go to overtime and maybe have it come down to a bad bounce or something like that.
Well, right now, I think you would agree, Sean, that throughout this game, and particularly here in the second half, here's another opportunity.
Reagan Riley sends it across into the box, just over the net by Bulova.
Great opportunity there. Bulova just high.
Not probably going to get many chances of that caliber.
Yeah, we'll see it again here.
She and a teammate both in position. Ultimately, it was Bulova with her 6 goals who lined it up, but just could not get it on net.
We're in the final 2 minutes of play in regulation. The point I was going to make, Sean, before that attempt by Ella Bulova, that for the majority of this game, probably 3/4 of it, the Wildcats have had the better opportunities and attack in tonight's contest.
Again, if you're the Dragons, I don't know that you're opposed to trying to play for a tie here. That's a little bit of a sarcastic cheer by the fans who didn't agree with one of the earlier calls. Norwin, a 2-1 victory against Fox Chapel. Paloma Swankler had both goals. I know she was injured earlier against Greater Latrobe this season.
Yeah, it's good to see her back out on the field.
Yeah, she's a difference maker, no doubt.
Yeah, Robert Morris University, Division I soccer commit.
And the Cats just take that one away.
Trying to do a little bit too much.
As we near the final minute of regulation. Chance for a rush here for Greater Latrobe. Reagan Riley has it. Dishes off, but the pass is intercepted. And now
1
sent
minute
long.
remaining in the half.
Kept in. Allderdice gets to it. It'll be a throw-in in deep attacking territory for the Dragons. Schlingenman tosses in. Long shot. Goes wide of the net. And DeSer about to grab it. Let's see if Greater Latrobe tries for one last rush here. The header missed. And now it's played away from Reagan Riley. Cats have it down to the final dozen seconds. The Dragons move it forward, and that might do it for regulation. That's a foul, but the time will expire. We have played 80 minutes and nothing has been determined. They'll put 10 minutes up on the clock for an overtime period, the first of 2 potentially. 1-1 between Greater Latrobe and Taylor Allderdice as we continue our coverage of high school soccer here on Westmoreland Sports.
How do you define elite? At Elite Plumbing, Kitchens, and Baths in Latrobe, we define elite by offering the highest quality brands for kitchen and bathroom remodeling in Westmoreland County. Brands like Moen, Toto, and Cambria. Meet with one of our incredible designers who will help you choose a stunning cabinet design for your new kitchen or luxurious showers and bathtubs for your new bathroom. Call Elite Plumbing, Kitchens, and Baths for a free estimate at 724-205-6947 or visit our vast showroom in the Route 30 Plaza in Latrobe.
Since 1992, Latrobe's comprehensive hauler of lumber, steel, heavy equipment, and beverages is M&M Trucking. Licensed by the PLCB, M&M Trucking has an operating authority in 24 states. Give them a call at 724-539-1044. That's 724-539-1044. Good luck, Trojans, from M&M Trucking, keeping pace with today's transportation industry.
Hi, I'm Anthony D'Annunzio from D'Annunzio's Restaurants. Come visit us at one of our 3 locations, Jeanette, Monroeville, or Latrobe. We're open 7 days a week, so we've always got something cooking at D'Annunzio's. For our dine-in specials, Monday it's spaghetti. It's raviolis on Tuesday, lasagna on Wednesday, and on Thursday it's chicken parmesan or chicken romano. Visit us online at D'Annunzio'sRestaurant.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. D'Annunzio's Restaurants. It's a family tradition.
We know speaking with your teen or your young adult about drugs and alcohol can be challenging, but is necessary. Remember to have a conversation, not a confrontation. Establish good communications, break through barriers, and be firm but loving. Here are some helpful tips. Choose a good place and time to chat. Talk with openness. Actively listen. Offer empathy and support. For more information, visit us online at wedacinc.org. Westmoreland Drug and Alcohol Commission. Prevention is key.
Stay up to date on the latest happenings in Westmoreland County sports in our Westmoreland Sports Notebook every Monday on westmorelandsports.com. We take a look back at the week that was in Westmoreland County sports with any news you may have missed during the week, like updates for high school football, soccer, and volleyball, area coaching changes, individual accomplishments, and so much more. Grab some coffee and start your week with our Westmoreland Sports Notebook every Monday this fall on westmorelandsports.com. We head to the first overtime period, 10 minutes up on the clock, 1-1 between Greater Latrobe and Allderdice here at Rossi Field, Greater Latrobe High School. Sean Myers, Roger Downs on the call. Let's take a look at how we got here, Roger. 2 first-half goals. It was Greater Latrobe in the 8th minute who found the back of the net, courtesy of Reagan Riley. That made it 1-0 in favor of the home team. But in the 11th minute, the quick response as Michaela Sharif feathers it into the box, and on the receiving end, Journey Finney able to get the finish as the Dragons pulled even. That coming with 29:58 left in the first half. That means we have played almost 70 minutes without a goal.
Yes, we have. It's been a very, very good contest, and I hope everyone at home has enjoyed the first 2 halves of regulation as we head into overtime between the Dragons and the Wildcats.
Greater Latrobe has 1 tie this year. It came at Fox Chapel, 2-2. As you see, a very animated Jamie Morrison giving some instructions to her team. And they've, I think, been pretty clear in stating that they want to win a section championship, Roger. This could be a make-or-break game in terms of accomplishing that.
It could. Nothing decided in this one just yet. Seems that Coach Morrison had everyone's attention in that huddle.
Allderdice has not tied any match this year. And she gives the last-minute instructions to the Wildcats. They've outscored their opponents 26-6 coming into tonight. The Dragons 42 goals for, 19 against. Entering play. You can add 1 to each column for those teams so far. It is a golden goal scenario, so first team to score will win it. And it's Greater Latrobe that will have possession first. Wildcats wearing the black kits. I expect them to come out firing and to try to end this one pretty quickly. Nearly a turnover. as Carly Thomas with it. Thomas was not in the starting lineup, but we've seen a lot of her as this match has gone along. And there is the goal scorer, Reagan Riley. Sends one through onto the back door. Great opportunity. Shot save made.
Nice job by Blake.
It was Petruzzi who got that one off. Jillian Blake able to read it and was in great position.
Yeah, crisp passing continues for the Cats. But Blake up to that challenge.
Now a corner upcoming. Riley plays it short and gets it right back, that being Morgan Riley. Pops it up high into the air. This is dangerous, and hit is in! Morgan Riley with an unbelievable angle gets the winner.
Wow.
Well, Roger, it's not always the prettiest of goals that win it.
No, but we got to see that one again, Sean, from the corner kick.
Unbelievable from that angle. She put it almost straight up into the air. She took the corner and got it right back off a touch, and that was basically the sand wedge.
Indeed. It seemed that Jillian Blake kind of misjudged that one just a hair.
What a finish. The Wildcats with two great chances in the overtime. The first one saved, the second one, the finish, less than a minute in. We'll take a break, come back to put the finishing touches on this one. 2-1, Greater Latrobe defeats Allderdice here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
The most incredible machine ever created didn't come with replacement parts. Until now. Rebuilding the human body takes skill, not just science. Some of the region's most accomplished orthopedists are right here at Excella Health. Our team of specialists are using non-surgical treatments, minimally invasive procedures, and the most sophisticated and complex surgical techniques to restore all aspects of human motion.
All right.
Whether you walk or fly. Orthopedics at Excella Health. Expert care begins here.
Relax. With us, you're in safe hands. This is Dr. Dean Huss at Huss Chiropractic in Loyalhanna. We've been helping the local community get rid of back pain, headaches, and sore joints for over 20 years. Huss Chiropractic also tackles sports-related injuries, offering alternatives to surgery that will get you back on the path to healing. To make an appointment with us, call 724-879-4385 or visit HussChiropractic.com. Go Trojans from Huss Chiropractic, Industrial Boulevard in Loyalhanna.
What a finish to this one. Greater Latrobe takes less than a minute into the first overtime period as they get a corner, and Morgan Riley on basically a chip shot finds the net from an unusual angle. The 2-1 victory for Greater Latrobe. The Wildcats, to some extent, escape with a home victory. They are now 9-0-1, including 6-0-1 in Class 4A Section 3. The Dragons fall to 6-7-0, 2-5-0 in Section play. Tough one for the Dragons, but on the other side, Roger, you find a way to win if you're Greater Latrobe. That's the most important takeaway.
Indeed, Sean, and that's what happens. Good teams, successful teams, find a way to win, and on the chip shot by Riley, goes into the net. And you can see the elation and the reaction to the Wildcat side and the dejection for the Dragon side. But it was a pretty decent soccer game all in all.
And remember, that was generated off of a corner that was earned after Petruzzi got a great opportunity, got a shot off, but a spectacular save by Jillian Blake that led to that corner. And the Wildcats, it took just 54 seconds into the first overtime period to get the winner. Final thoughts on this one, Roger?
You know what? Just a great game. Latrobe has no time to really enjoy this one, as they will be back right here at Rossi Field on the pitch Wednesday evening, taking on Fox Chapel, and that basically will be for all the marbles, Sean.
Yeah, that will be a big one, certainly. The first time those teams met, it was a 2-all tie. I want to thank everyone who helped make this possible. Our videographer, Chris Smith, producer Dan Flickinger, for my colleague Roger Downs, Sean Myers signing off. Your final score in the first overtime, Greater Latrobe remains unbeaten, a 2-1 victory over Allderdice. You saw it here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.